Oh, hi guys. Welcome back.
Obviously, GBF. I got a new tattoo, dude. Check this out.
All right.
we have a good time around here.
I've been waiting for you to drop stream,
We
dude.
have a good time.
So the last game we finished with a nat one, as
Hell yeah.
probably all
Oh
remember.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh
Yeah, we were all
no.
asleep, right?
As we do.
Yeah, you went off. You went
Deja
to
vu.
sleep. Soren made the tiny hut again. He turned it like he made it opaque and made it a nice sleeping color. Because you kind of went to sleep during the day. So
Yeah, he
yeah,
wouldn't put
you're
it
all
over the
just
dragon, so
sleeping.
I'm outside.
No, the dragon is outside. You're outside, but there is a hut that you're not sleeping in, but it's not that cold here or anything, so that's fine. Um, yeah, and Sherwin had to roll for his night, well, day sleep, I guess,
Never resting
and rolled
again.
a one. Turned into an 8 because he's got a lot of wisdom, but still. Um, I did prepare the stuff that happens for you kind of off screen, and I thought about sending it to you earlier, but I think it's better if you just kind of read through it while the others tell me what they want to do for the rest of the stuff. So I'll just kind of send it to you now.
Okay.
Um, and then we'll see. It's
Oh
gonna
man,
not copy.
guys.
Oh, that's the wrong file. There we go.
Oh man. I forgot I ended on an at one.
Oh yeah, one thing I actually need to know before I send it to you. Um, could you tell me like you were pretty tired. You were had one level of exhaustion. You were not exactly there was this kind of fight that you didn't like partake in at all.
Do
um,
do I have a level of exhaustion already?
you did have one when you went to sleep. Still,
Okay.
Yeah, we all had one, right?
yes. So it's kind of understandable that you would just try to get rid of that. Um, which I think is the main reason why you're actually sleeping and not possibly going somewhere else right away.
Yeah, we had all decided we're like, we're way too tired to do anything.
Yeah. So it's that. Um, what is your what are your thoughts as you're going to sleep? Are you thinking of anything in particular or
Uh
doing anything? This is kind of something that
well,
everybody can tell me. It'll be very relevant for what I send to, Sherwin.
my my thoughts were I just got called out by
Mm-hmm.
who I don't remember what their name was or if we got
Yeah.
their name. But yeah, basically got called out for not like doing Sidon's bidding fast
Yes.
enough.
Okay. Yeah.
So like that's I think what's going through Sherwin's head is like how am I gonna shield my friends from
Okay.
this?
All right. All right.
I miss my wife.
Yeah. So in that case, because there's versions of this, making sure you get the right one. Okay, I think that's the right one. All right. So the others, you're, you're going to sleep. The ones that are in the hut are pretty safe. Um, and how about does Esther at any point in time before he really falls asleep come into the hut, or does he just keep stay outside with the big
No,
dragon that
he's
seems small and
he's doing the same thing he did when he first got Squigs. Is he's spending his time imprinting on the dragon, like getting it used to him, like spending time with it so it doesn't feel excluded. Because I just did all that work to get him on our side. I'm not gonna fuck it up by like exiling him from the group right off the bat.
All right. Okay, so you kind of just curled up right there with the dragon. There's so I guess you would have to like you're the only one that isn't protected by anything except for sleeping kind of probably like between the paws of a pretty big dragon that seems very young. But it does like seems to go all right. Is there anything the others in the hut want to do, like anything that Solomon or that Soren would, want to either prepare, or is there anything you're planning to do in the morning?
If we have a full night's rest and all that, I would wake up in the morning and kind of go over my spells and stuff like I do every morning. And then just try to put some thought toward if I'd heard of any kind of magic or abilities that could help shield a person's mind from like outside influences.
Like intrusion. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Basically trying to figure out a way if there's like any way magically, arcane wise, for in my knowledge as a chronicler of magic.
Yes.
If I might have heard anything.
Yeah. All right. I will just I did not do it yet, and I didn't want to do it before, so I'll just kind of do it now. That's a 5. Okay. The night is basically fine. Like there's nothing that happens until it's early morning and you all kind of start to stir. I guess if Esther didn't have a reason to really stay up very late, the dragon is there, so no reason to go climb a tree or anything.
Gotta stay as close to him as possible.
Yeah,
just keep on talking to my new buddy.
Exactly. So you kind of get up early-ish, which means it's turning into evening again.
We are night creatures now.
Yeah, you're kind of right now. You're kind of on a nocturnal schedule.
I think I'm the only one with dark vision. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. And you do wake up, and it's just must have been a quite warm day. Like you feel like it's getting colder, but it was quite warm. And your new buddy is there. He's just kind of still sleeping and probably dreaming. Like you see his eyes move a little bit behind closed lids. And the others are also stirring, except for Sherwin. Like he is still seemingly sleeping.
I don't think I can see him in there because he didn't make it around me, so I can't even go in.
Well, he could have allowed you to go in anyway.
It only lasts for 8 hours, so I think as soon as I'm done with the rest, it would.
Yeah, exactly. It would just kind of disappear around the time that you're waking up anyway. It does kind of vanish, this opaque dome over you that protected you from sleeping in bright sunlight that Esther just kind of dealt with, I guess, by being underneath the
I was under a wing.
Yes. So you all had your little light protection tent of some sort.
One thing marked off the bucket list, baby.
Yeah. And you're waking up, but Sherman seems to just kind of sleep in a bit. Solomon is waking up. Sherman is kind of right next to you, very, very still. And yeah. Oh, I also forget one thing that I'll have to tell Sherwin, actually.
I don't think I would trip about Sherwin sleeping. We know he was not feeling great when he went to sleep. So I'd probably busy myself trying to get some food together. If there's any berries or fish or something like that, I could try and get. because I'm not going to go out hunting for like 3 or 4 hours again. That was a huge, huge time sink. And so I just like, if we don't have any of that, then I'll just grab some rations or leftover meat, which we don't have any leftover meat. Now that I think about it, I fed it all to the dragon.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
With like
that's
bones
good.
and every single hair. Yep.
We gotta go into a cave system today. Look for a
Yeah.
smithy.
Yeah, knowing that it's
what?
going to be all dark, I'm going to like start like just prepping for exploration, like making sure we got torches, like because I assume that he wakes up a little bit earlier than everyone else, just by natural standards, and just starts doing hunter stuff.
Yeah. I guess that, Soren might just be doing his thing anyway, or he actually like gets up and does things. Like, you're probably the one that's the first to really move around. Unless Solomon has anything that like he wants to do first thing in the morning.
Oh yeah. So wake up with the big yawn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, still alive. And I'm just gonna go out and look right around the campfire area for some like flowers.
Oh, nice. Okay. Um, Around the campfire directly, there aren't like there's no big flowers, but there's a few of those like what people like to call weeds with very small white flowers
That
and a
counts as
few
flowers
that
in
are like
Solomon's book.
little yellow specks on them.
100%.
So yeah, it's flowers. It's just not the huge flowering variety, but functional flowers.
Log that is shitty flowers. Am I assuming that we completed our long rest then? We can.
You completed your long rest. Yes. You three are fine. Sherwin knows what's up. So
Eh,
Oh, Sherwin. Good to see you, bud. Oh, don't you feel much better about getting a long rest? Or a
just
nice
about now,
long.
you're kind of starting up, Sherwin. Like it took you a few
oh,
minutes longer than everybody else. You just
oh, oh, my head. It's oh, my head.
You go, bud. Yeah, feel better, right?
Hey, oh no, oh no. Um,
Oh,
I, oh, geez, guys. Oh man. Uh, I had one of them bad dreams again.
Oh shit! What happened this time?
Oh, you know that lady that was just really strong that we tried to fight, but then we said, hey, that's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, huge mistake. I did not agree with that decision.
Well, she came and kicked her way right into my little dream space there, and then and then she turned into Kyra, and then she told me that it's well she the we got to pick a side. The time of war's coming. It's I guess it's here. It's it's here now, and those those are staying with the false gods. They're going to get get deaded, and they say nobody can stop them. Uh, uh, um, and we got to go to the Mithros. There's a temple there.
everybody but Sherwin make an insight check on Sherwin, pretty much. Sherwin, you just roll.
Dope.
Oh wow, you don't have
classic.
to actually.
The classic.
Never mind. You don't have to roll against that. You're all
Yeah, what else,
basically
Sherwin?
it's as confusing as it sounds right now.
Sure. Are you okay?
My head
There's a
hurts
war.
real bad.
We already know there's a war. Like, remember, we're gonna help the gods beat the Titans because the Titans sound like bad guys.
Well,
I mean, I know we still got a little time for the actual war starting, and we already definitely chose
well,
sides.
well.
We're
See, they think the war it's like it's happening now.
Well, didn't Kyra tell us we had at least a few months before the agreement was over?
Well, maybe. Kyra's kind of the one that told me all this.
well.
Who's
Let's
Kyra?
be real here. Probably not.
Wait, how did Kyra tell you all this?
Well, I don't know. It was all in my dream space.
Was it a good dream or a bad dream?
No, my head is just ringing like a Liberty Bell.
They have those in
This common simile.
Deborah.
The land of Philadelphia.
Yeah, with a lot of apostrophes in it.
Like,
It starts with an
Kyra?
actual F. Like,
Who's Kyra? Who's that?
you know who Kyra is. She was the one that I said, "Oh, hey, I need to capture you," and she said, "No, I'm gonna leave."
Yep. Nope.
That makes sense.
Well, basically, we need to join them or die is what they said, and we need to go to a temple of the five in Mithros.
Well, this is gonna come as a big surprise to you, but I can't count very high. And I feel like we need to do one thing at a time. And weren't we sent here to do something else? I don't remember at all what it was.
Well, um, we got to meet a man named Smith.
Wait, what? No,
Oh, made the door.
we already told the god Vulcan that we were going
don't
to
worry
find
about
his.
it. Smith is in here, and we will find him soon. Don't y'all worry about that.
Yeah, we have to go to the fake
We're just
place.
rolling with that, Esther.
Look,
We're just
you
letting that
keep
go.
trying to explain things, and it hasn't worked yet. I don't know why you're still trying to explain things.
What
As
did he
long as
say?
it's still with the plan, nothing else matters.
Yeah, but if they can't, their perspectives can't be trusted. What if they see the FORGE and they don't even say anything because they don't realize that that's what we're looking for?
You know,
Well, we'll all be
What'd you call
together,
me?
so
I can spell sword.
And I cannot.
I'll switch to draconic.
yeah.
He's speaking lies, Solomon. He's speaking lies.
Yeah, let's switch to Draconic as well. Be like, all right,
You see what's happening
just-
already. They're
I
over
get
having
it.
a conversation about lying right now.
yeah. So like, we'll just be sure that one of us is with one of them at all times.
I can't. I've been trying that since day one.
Well, and I'm really bad at staying with people as well, so I don't know how well that's going.
Chill, and why are they just hissing at each other?
They're speaking in tongues, Solomon. I'll tell you what.
I mean, speaking of, I
you
gotta
stuck
take
out a hole.
yeah, I gotta take a fat hiss over here. I'll be right back.
All right. With that, Solomon just,
I'm gonna
steps
go with-
to the side a little bit.
Start hearing a whoosh.
See,
Yeah.
I hear your point, and it's understandable, Sora. But also, we're not going to be able to convince them they are wrong and we are right. Period. They're all pretty sure that we're finding some sort of liar or forgery or forging artist of some sort in there. And we've spent the last 3 to 5 days trying to tell them that it's just a big thing to make weapons in, but they still don't get it.
I mean, they were calling the dwarven god Vulcan a child until the moment we left. So
And apparently,
you're
I'm the youngest person in the whole world. So, like, this is what I'm saying.
No, that was money.
yeah, we're
No,
just
that
gonna
was
have to.
money.
We're just gonna have to let it go. I guess you're right.
Yeah,
Okay,
gotta
you're
just
right.
roll with it. And just as
I'll-
long as we're still moving in the direction we need to be moving in, that is all that matters at this point.
You know what? I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna trust your instincts, and I'll switch back to
I've
common.
worked with Sherwin a long, long time. There's just comes to a point where you just gotta stop trying to convince him of something and convince him of something else that leads him in the direction we need to be going. And then just go from there as soon as you get one that sticks.
I'll switch back to comment and go. Okay, we're gonna go find the Smithy. Let's do it.
Okay,
Well,
yeah, Soren, everybody knows that doesn't mean anything. Where are we going?
so
We're back. We're
In the
back in
cave.
the caves. We're going to the caves.
What's that?
well,
The ones behind the waterfall.
we're looking for a man named Smith, but he doesn't know why.
All right,
Now, this man is very short and made of rocks.
sounds good. I speak
He
giant.
probably
I can
probably has an anvil close by,
Yeah,
or
so if you
like
see any like that, like big chunk of metal or something like that, some weapons laying on the floor, he's probably somewhere around there. So just keep your eye out.
All right. My eyes will
Okay.
be out of my body.
nope. Let's not do that.
I can't do that.
I kind of want to see him try.
Is that a new spell?
We don't want to see him try.
Yeah. Your horses
pat-
are kind of, ambling around, just actually kind of like going to sleep-ish, which they do standing up, so it's not like you see a big difference, but they kind of stoop and, begin their night as you kind of, just keep everything there and go look for the smithy, forge, or whatever else you want to call it.
Yeah, at this point, I'd go over to the dragon and be like, "Hey there, buddy. Come on, wake up. Who's about to go in this cave? You coming with us?"
He like looks at you a little bit, like a bit confused in a weird way, and then just goes, "Well, you want me to, or?"
Well, it's,
kind of
I would
looks
like you to.
confused.
That would be awesome. Well, you, of course, you could say no if you don't want to go, but it's up to you. But I'd like you to come with us.
Well, I follow orders, so um, tell me.
All right, come with us, and we'll work on the order thing later.
Okay. And he just kind of, crawls halfway after you.
Billy, do you have dream problems the way that Esther has dream problems?
We're not gonna call him Billy. We're gonna
His
come up
name
with a
is
better
Billy.
name. His name is Billy, but that's a bullshit name for a majestic dragon, and we're naming him something else. But we got to think of something awesome.
What about like, what
You
about
can't
like
just
Bill?
change somebody's name if that's
He
the
don't like it
rule.
either. Look at his face. Billy, do you like the name Billy? Nah. Look at that face of disgust. He hates it.
What? He didn't even. Nothing changed.
I will say, in game last session, he told me he hates that name.
Did you ask him what his real name was?
I mean, you can totally just say that and try to convince them. I think you have a pretty good chance at that anyway.
Yeah, I would just be like, he doesn't like the name. He told me he does not like the name. It was given to him by that asswipe that we waxed.
All right.
Oh, the guy's ring. I showed him, and he shot me in the face with his breath.
Yeah,
We
yeah, that
waxed
guy.
That
guy.
somebody's ass.
Yeah, just once or twice.
Remember
Money
that
was
guy?
tight.
Remember that guy we went into his bedroom and we murdered him right when he. I mean, killed him right when he liberates his. I don't know what you can call it whatever you want. When we killed him after he woke up that one morning.
Yeah, I bit his leg off.
Yeah,
I
That
stood
guy.
in the window.
that guy used to be in charge of this dragon.
Yeah, and he named him something terrible and shrunk him down, and we're gonna fix all that.
I mean,
Alright.
the dragon itself is just kind of there, and actually is, like compared to any other quite intelligent being that is used to just doing whatever it feels is the correct, course of action. Um, it is a definitely very like it doesn't. It's not completely devoid of any will itself. It's just kind of very much like a child expecting the others to lead in a lot of ways.
It's like a shell of what it
Really
should be.
expecting orders or expecting guidance, expecting someone to like tell it stuff. Like
Kind of like
it's
somebody that
not
has
even
been
mean
told
about
what
it.
to do their entire lives and has no
Yeah.
other way of knowing what to do.
Yeah, it's just it expects you to tell it what's next.
I still want to know how that guy with all that armor and weapons and everything was able to ride this dragon around.
I'm sure we'll figure it out over time.
I think he probably sat on his back.
Yeah.
Just seems like it'd be a lot of.
I mean, he is still like the size of a horse, but
It's
with lift and
yeah.
thrust and all that, doesn't make a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
I mean, the dragon looks very like it looks strong. It's very muscly. It's very, there's that's the confusing thing about it. It really looks like it's a fully grown one just shrunk. So it just from the looks of it, it looks capable. It's just a bit small.
He's like the Tom Cruise of dragons.
Yeah, it looks totally adult.
Got this like with a signet ring, and there's this other jeweled ring, and then there was like this other little smaller ring. Do any of these make you big? I'll be able to go up and like, if he doesn't stop me, I'll touch the rings each one. No, then okay.
Doesn't really do much. Like it really doesn't do much unless you ask it to do something.
I'll try to like touch each one of the rings that I got from Gaius on him,
Mm-hmm.
just to see if like
It's,
maybe there's
yeah,
activation or something like that.
doesn't seem to do anything. Like just you touch them to the creature and nothing really happens.
Well, worth a try. Well, the whole Billy thing aside, do you have dreams the way that Esther has dreams?
Asking the dragon, it
I
kind of
know.
looks at you. I I dream of lots of food. I like those dreams. I have a big mountain of a lot of many
Relatable.
goats and some sheep.
Oh, you like
And
goats?
a
I know a
horse.
goat you would love.
Mm.
We're not bringing that up.
All kinds of food. He just kind of starts rambling off all kinds of different then he starts with like, and then there's a brown goat and I eat that, and then there's a one that's got like little spots on its head, and I
How do you
eat
feel
that.
about Tom
It
Brady?
just kind of goes.
Ain't no one
He
eating
looks at you
Tom
with
Brady, brilliant. Tom
no idea.
Serena Brady Williams. All right.
I probably like it. I am.
I mean, and who are you gonna make happier, Esther? Are you gonna make your dragon friend happier? Are you gonna protect an old goat from
That goat saved our
tunnel?
lives.
That goat didn't save nothing. All the other
do we-
goat we ate saved our lives.
This is all in Draconic, isn't it?
No, this is a common.
I think it goes back and forth from Draconic. Like when you're talking to the dragon. Probably speaking.
I mean, at
Yeah.
some point you said Serena Williams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should definitely be recognizable.
Tom Serena Brady Williams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Greatest of all time. So, we're going back to the place where we killed the squishy guys.
Yeah, where we saved
Yeah.
the horse lady. I think that's what you called her, the centaur.
Yep.
Now let's go back down there. We need to check the rest of those tunnels because we're looking for a place where you make weapons.
I'm still really tired.
And from what we got off of my other dragon that I summoned, it is pretty dangerous in there with a wide array of creatures. And they did see a few, like when we did all the picture stuff, he said that they saw something like that in a couple different places. So we know there is at least an anvil somewhere in that place.
Yeah. Do you want to as Sherman is kind of saying that he's still really tired, you definitely, even with your really not amazing insight, like he still looks tired. He really does.
My eyes are still
Um,
like sunken in.
yeah.
and,
I'll
yeah.
go.
Pretty.
I'll go to the cart and I'll get some rope, and I would
Yeah.
like to ask Esther's help to tie Sherwin to my back.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Do you let
uh,
it happen, Sharon?
Oh, sure. Oh, okay.
And I
Yeah,
do that
alright.
thing when he gets secured on my back. I do that thing where I go shh shh shh, shh kind of like bob up and down.
Oh,
try to get him
oh.
to go to sleep.
Okay.
Would there like be an indication that he has like health missing or anything?
Just from the exterior, he looks tired. He doesn't look hurt. He's not bleeding or anything. Not flying like he's not got a nosebleed going on or bleeding from his ears or anything like that.
I just
But
look
he looks
exhausted.
just exhausted and tired and just not happy, I guess.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
I do want to. Can I try something? Actually,
Sure.
while I'm doing the thing, can I do? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try two things. First, I'm gonna start out with. I'm gonna try protection from evil and good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'd like to try that.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna turn to Esther and be like, "Is he out sleeping? Like, does he?" I'm asking Esther if he looks any different.
Yeah, I would be like, would he have looked any different at all, other than like a kind of a glimmer going over him?
After the protection spell goes over him, I mean, first of all, Sherwin, you're willing, right? Like you're not trying to
Yeah.
fight them, do anything. Okay. So there is a certain shimmer of the spell going through, and you don't otherwise really notice any difference like right now. He still looks tired, and he still looks kind of worried, and not exactly very happy. He's it's not like he had the frightened condition or anything like that. It also doesn't seem like he was being any of the other things that it would get rid of. Like no charm and no fright right now that it would have gotten rid of and immediately changed his demeanor or anything like that.
Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, he still looks like shit.
Yeah, that is fair.
All right.
But I'm a sturdy poop.
Oh no, my back. Oh, and I'll like lean back, like no.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
Okay.
oh, oh no! I didn't say I had to poop. I just he said I looked like poop, so I just
Oh,
but
all right.
but
That
but
was cool.
but I'm a thick boy. You know what I mean?
All right.
Hey, it's like one that wraps around the whole bottom of the bowl. Yeah. All right, buddy, let's go.
All right. So you're kind of going back.
As I do start, I will summon pseudo squigs.
Yeah. Okay.
Ground form this time, not flying.
Okay. All right. So I'll just. I can probably just copy yours. Yeah, right. So you're just going back the way you came, right? Into the tunnel
Into the cave.
that was I'll just put you in there again. Ba-dum.
All right, buddy.
Let's see here.
Let's head on into this cave.
Yeah. Gonna have to see if you're kind of in the right area. I did not clear any of the drawings because they're fun.
Art.
So yeah, you get to that little ledge that leads to this entrance in the cave. There's a lot of mist around you, and it's also dark. So in order to get just by there, except for Esther, because you do have dark vision.
Yeah.
And except for Sherwin, I guess, because you're strapped to Solomon's back. But Soren and Solomon, you'll have to either use any kind of lighting solution that would work to get there without you possibly stumbling.
I I could cast light still. It's just a
Yeah, you
cantrip.
can still cast something if you like. Yeah. Okay. So we'll say that that is your like it's. What do you
What's this thing?
cast it on?
All I have is
Like
a
while you're
candle.
on,
Uh,
you have a candle. Yeah.
Solomon's shield.
I'll hand you a torch.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you do have some light sources, and I'll.
Whew, this is
You know.
heavy. How do you carry this for like
Yeah.
all day?
I don't know. I don't use them. I got a bunch of them in my backpack. They just been in there for
Mhm.
years.
It's actually a pack.
All right. He's just giving up on arguing with you guys at this point in time. He's just like, it's just not working.
Yeah.
And I
All
don't
right.
want to hear anybody else calling it anything different. Pack.
Soren just sharply looks back at Esther and his eyes twitching.
All right. Yep.
And
Backpack.
so I'm just like, all right. And I like, so can I call? I'm gonna call you Little B for now. Does this sound all right? We'll figure out a better name. Like maybe like you could be like Balmitria the Second. We'll call you Balmitria the Second. That's what it is. That's your name now. I'm talking
Right.
to you. So you are
How did
Balmitria
Yeah.
the Second.
How did my
I
life
should
end up like
totally
this?
give you. You should like make a copy of that so you can use that. I'll call it something like that too. All right. So you get to the entrance of the cave. It's still very stinky. Like getting close to it, you kind of get reminded of the bad smell in there.
Don't phase.
Like as you approach, it does not stray far from the caves because all the water rushing by actually really clears most of the stinkiness outside of exactly like the entrance area. But yeah, as you get there, it's still very smelly. It's now a mix that also contains like a little bit of a charred undertone that, might have been your doing.
Very good.
I'd be like, all right, Little
I
B.
mean, Sherwin's tied to
You
me.
keep
He
an
probably
eye on
smells
them.
the worst of this.
Yeah, you're now like tied together. Did you tie him to him? I guess like he's looking over your shoulder or something, right? Like just
I just imagine
Yeah.
Sherwin backpack, and he's just like,
yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah.
Pretty
Which
much.
way is Sherwin facing? Is Sherwin facing with you or
His
behind
head's like kind of over my shoulder.
Yeah, I think
Perfect.
he's facing like to the front. Yeah.
you? Just
Alright.
tilt it a little to the side.
Yeah.
we have him rotated like 10 degrees to the left so he could like lay his head on his shoulder if he passes out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Yeah. It's
Wow, Solomon, you did really good with those knots. That's surprising. Like,
Oh, there was Esther. I just held Sherwin while he tied it.
yeah. Probably.
kudos, guys. That's precise work.
Well,
Yeah.
I used to run an airship. You gotta know how you're nuts.
Yep.
Kudos to you too, Soren.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Does anybody want to like check the cave at all, or do you just?
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was gonna
rocking?
scout ahead.
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so basically Esther kind of like turns to scouting mode and just kind of tiptoes forward probably.
Yeah.
As,
Tell Little B to keep an eye on
Solomon
them and
just
protect
still
them if
just
something
goes.
goes down. All right, Little
Nice.
B, keep an eye on them. If they get attacked, protect them. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'm gonna go do what I do. Come on, buddies. Twigs. Up.
All right. Okay, yeah. And you do go up, walk in. You do know because Squigs actually like scouted before, that the tunnel that kind of leads north is definitely a bit longer, and leads somewhere. You just make a perception check, just a general perception check.
All right.
Are we allowed to move up with him, or are we not doing
You
that?
can, like, he's probably trying to stay
Oh, he's
ahead, but you
stealthy,
don't
yeah.
have to.
No,
Like
stay back.
you can still just kind of walk up to him. I mean,
I have a big glowing
stealthy doesn't-
shield. I mean, me
Yeah.
and Soren are gonna need that light, so we'll stay
Yeah.
back a little bit.
I have a
Okay.
torch.
Yeah.
And you
So
have light
yeah,
on your shield.
you're fine light wise right now, and I'm just
Right here.
give you all the light. Yeah. We'll move show with you. Yeah.
Honestly, I rolled stealth and started to move ahead, fully expecting none of you guys to pay attention to me again. Like,
Yeah.
Where'd Esther go?
Oh, he's right there.
Yeah.
there he is.
Exactly.
There he is.
Yeah. Esther, you don't like it's just pretty quiet in here.
oh wait, I get advantage on that because squeaky-dickies.
Yeah, he's probably helping you. It's definitely there's definitely gonna be a lot of noise from the waterfall. It does seem quiet. It doesn't seem like it's completely devoid of life. And just kind of listening out, it might actually be Squigs noticing. It's still like there are faint noises coming from the southern part of this cave system as well. And there's less actual noise right now coming from the north that you like. There's every now and then there's a sound that sounds a little bit like growling. It's just a bit difficult to say what it really is. It's a little bit like a mix between something snoring and just possibly a pretty deep kind of a wind just kind of catching a bend in the tunnel a little bit weirdly.
Okay, I'd go back and tell them what I heard, and then be like, "Sword, you got some chalk?"
Some chalk?
Yeah, I mean, I remember last time I went ahead and you guys couldn't figure out where I was at. And all that. Let's try to avoid that this time. Like arrows was okay, but I can't tell you if there's danger in the direction. Just chalk. You got to chalk.
I'm not a schoolyard teacher. Why would I have chalk?
Well, then let me use your magic pen thingy.
Oh, fine. Use a bonus action to bring my quill. It writes on any surface and any
Yes.
color you want. And so here you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I just grab
Alright.
it like right on the wall, like a smiley face, real quick, and like, all right, cool.
Okay.
And then,
Yep.
then I head back ahead,
Perfect.
and then I like do an arrow to the left, it's danger. And the arrow to the right, it's danger. I went this way.
All right. Okay. And then you
And I go to the
like,
north, yeah.
northern. Yes, I'll have to just switch at least you over, but probably all of you soon. You're kind of following, right? Just with the lights, you're just kind of a little bit behind, probably.
That's
we
up
can
to
probably-
Solomon. I'm just following him.
Okay, Solomon, do you want to just kind of, keep, like 25-ish feet of distance between you and Esther, or 30 feet-ish, or just, give me like a distance that you would feel is
I mean,
sufficient.
I know Esther. I know he's gonna do his thing. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly move up as we go.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
mostly more concerned about where Soren's at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I want to make
I'll
sure
follow
that
like 10 feet
Soren's
behind you.
staying
Yeah.
close. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Now you can definitely see the bright reflection of my torch in the back of your shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, from past experiences, I will be ahead. Like, I want to be like out of light distance by like 20 or 30 feet tops.
Mm-hmm. All right. Nice. Okay. So I
Goes
just
right
went
here.
to. I just have to get some stuff out of this map because you didn't actually. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
And then I
slowly
want
moving
the
up. So
dragon
just
to
let me
take
know
up
when
the
I can.
full rear. I ask him to take up the full rear and keep it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me put the dragon on there too. Should definitely.
Maybe
Oh,
that's
yeah,
his
that
name.
doesn't have
Full
a-
rear. Is that what you said?
Said it in Draconic.
The dragon's thick.
there you go. If it,
Maybe that's what we should name the dragon, Thick,
I
Hell
like that
yeah.
too.
with 2 C's.
With 3 Qs.
Oh wow. Yeah, so the dragon is gonna kind of follow behind all of you guys. And you know, it's gonna just kind of lumber through there. It's not the most stealthy of creatures. And it is a silver dragon, so it reflects the light in a nice way. Um, but it
That's why he's in the
also-
back.
Yeah, it's there, and does what you told him to. Yeah. So if you like, you see much more anyway. I'll just uncover some of the stuff for you. So you definitely see this part here.
I have disadvantage on all my ability checks.
And then there's kind of a bend in the tunnel. So right in front of you, you see a kind of an overpass that you did see before. That was Squiggs kind of like ran over or like flew over when you just kind of spotted him very quickly. Yeah, and then you have a little bit of a still quite rough tunnel, but this overpass seems to be made by construction.
So,
So the
like,
tunnel
yeah.
underneath is much rougher than this little overpass.
Alright. So the tunnel is hewn stone, and then the
Yes.
overpass is worked stone.
It's worked, and it looks like this overpass was definitely like added at some point by probably just using the stone that they must have carved out of this whole rock area here. But it is definitely worked stone that was put together. Like it's not hewn out of the material that was there. It was actually transported there to be like a bridge.
Oh.
Anybody hear a train?
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna climb up the wall. I'm gonna write chalk, little arrow upwards, and I'm gonna try and find a place to secure a rope up top, and
Okay.
then I'll probably go left. Fuck it.
Okay. You the first thing you see is that there is a like if your dark vision is pretty good, so let me just kind of get you some sight. Let's just do that. You definitely do see like a tunnel right in front of you, and there's also just kind of let me put that there. A little hunched creature apparently sleeping on the ground. What you do hear from here is a very it's a just one time, and well, Sherwin would definitely also hear it. The others probably not from where they're standing right now because the waterfall is really loud. But there's this weird kind of sound, just kind of out of nowhere. Not coming from that creature though.
Was it like from in the
From
tunnel
that
or like
area? Like from somewhere in that area. But difficult. Like it's echoing so much. It's really difficult to say where exactly it came from. But generally, it seems to come from your left.
okay? And is there anything on my right, or is that like a wall?
What's
Yeah,
good,
you
Star?
also did you see up to, which
Make
is
me
not
something.
much, a
I'm
bend
hungry.
in the tunnel. So yeah, it does seem to go on, just not directly to your right. It's
Okay.
kind of an L shape, just the other way around.
I would tell Squigs and Pseudo Squigs to approach that creature and kind of like get closer to him. I'm gonna peek around that corner real quick.
Okay. All right. In that case, let me just keep revealing some stuff so you have an idea.
You got 30 inches of snow?
A lot
No.
of dark vision too, so let me
No.
go up to there.
Thank you.
That seems about good. Yeah, that seems right. Okay. It is a tunnel, definitely. There seems to be one place where it just divides into two again. Looks like it's a smaller section. But other than that, there's not that much to see. Like, it's a very barren tunnel. It's just definitely like, yeah, something that is made by whoever used to use those tunnels here. Like, it's definitely not, yeah, just natural. Way too straight.
So yeah, I have Squigs and Pseudo Squigs close the distance, and then as soon as they're like surrounding them, I'll take a shot and then have them attack.
All right. Make a stealth check for the two, like for both of your Quixes. I guess the one that is just like a copy doesn't really need one, but it is there, so it'll just be one single stealth roll for the two of them.
That's just he doesn't have bonus, so just a dex check, right?
Yeah, it probably is just a dex.
Yeah, great.
Oh wow. So they kind of get quite close because the thing is really actually sleeping. But it is not gonna get it's not gonna be a surprise round. We'll have to roll for initiative on this one.
Alrighty.
It'll definitely get a normal turn. Might still work out for you though.
Do you want everybody to roll or just them?
If Esther gives you any information on what he's doing, he has secured a rope, but it's otherwise like a good 10 feet climb up to where he is. Like, climbing up there wasn't a problem for him at all. Might become a problem for you.
And I'm like almost 8 feet tall. I can just grab that and pull myself up.
Yeah. You can definitely do that, and you're strong enough to do so too.
I cannot.
Esther has amazing sticks.
Soren's like,
Soren, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So are we all rolling initiative or just them?
Yeah, you can if you're telling them to do anything right now, you're kind of being quiet and up there and just looking around.
I feel like if I see it waking up, they might hear me just go, ah, shit.
Okay, yeah, so that would be kind of your cue, I guess. And you would be around where you are right now when you hear him just, yeah. You're definitely listening for Esther's, information, so, yeah.
oh my god, he shot somebody again.
He does it. He crawls off somewhere and shoots people.
Didn't we have like a sign we were supposed to do? Like something to...
So for Solomon and Sherwin, it'll be interesting because unless you unbind him, there'll be this interesting. Yeah. Right now, Sherwin's strapped to your back, so there is that. The first one to do anything is Sherwin, so you're on on Solomon's back, just hearing kind of oh shit from definitely Esther.
It kind of makes sense. He would notice
Yeah,
before
it
us.
does.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that is perfect because he's one of the only ones that would be able to hear me over the waterfall and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Get him,
I
Squid.
mean, just,
Yeah.
I'm too old for this. And I just lay my head on Solomon's shoulder. I think some stuff's happening, guys.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. You're just kind of getting them to notice, I guess. Yeah. So, do you want to like? You can't really move. You could probably like ask to be
No,
let down if you wanted to.
I feel like I'm straight,
Okay.
super tied up right now. Like he
Okay.
had to have help tying me up. I feel like it's gonna take some help
Yeah.
to untie me.
Yeah, you would have to ask them to help you out of the roping and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I probably tied it like where it was accessible for me to tie it around him. So it was most
Mhm.
likely that I tied it from behind Solomon.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But some like if Soren came up and helped, he could get him out as well. It's just that he would have to tell someone to help him out of the
Yeah, and there's ship knots too, so they're meant to be untied and tied quickly if you know how
Yes.
the knot works.
Shit knots. Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah.
You can do that
Okay.
one where it comes with the two bows with the strings hanging on the side.
Either
You
wash
guys
your
might be in some
hands or
trouble.
that's either wash your hands or that's some crazy hip work.
Hey,
Well,
wait,
slipstick is
what
the
am I
one
talking
that
about?
you normally use if you want something to be untied very quickly. But you
Yeah.
could just have like any of the double hitches would generally also work. They just like they're quite easy to untie. They're just they require a lot of pull on the other side. So I guess yeah, it's probably something where
It's probably a double half hitch, so I could tighten it
Yeah.
while he held them up. So because those
Yeah.
ones they slide one way and they don't slide the other way.
So yeah, in that case, we'll see. But right now, Sharon just kind of notifies the other two that stuff is happening. And that's all you do for your turn, right?
Is there any chance that
Yeah.
would give us advantage on our initiative?
Not really. It'll just mean that you're actually, gonna know that something is up right now. The little like bundle on the ground, like has woken up, and it kind of was on its side and difficult to see. But now that now that it starts to move, the first thing that Esther will notice is it like one head goes up, the other one is still down, and then the other head goes up. There's two of them. It otherwise looks very much like a wolf.
Good doggy.
Mated with a hyena
Doggy.
or something.
I'm just gonna shoot him.
Well, it's got its turn before you though, so
I know, like that's why, like he's like trying to figure out. He's like trying to figure. He's like geese.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shoot him. I don't know.
At the closest squicks to him, trying to hit with it's not exactly great, but it's still. Oh yeah, and the first one actually does count. So the first one definitely misses. It kind of just lashes out at, Squigs being there. I'll have to make this public so you see what I'm doing. Yeah, it rolled a 9, so it's definitely not gonna hit.
Dope. Try and bite my dragon. Fuck your ass up.
It does get up though and just kind of snarls at both of them, and you just hear you hear a weird mixture of a growl, an actual growl, and something that sounds a bit like yeah, I mean, if you've ever been to like a furnace or anything like that where they have bellows or anything to really make the fire go hotter. It's kind of this interesting sound that the fire is kind of making when you blow a lot of air on it in the right way, so it doesn't like it does just heat up. It's got a weird undertone to it. Just kind of a yeah, an interesting mix, but it's mostly just growling and snapping at your little dragons. Solomon, you're the next one in initiative.
I would like to move 5, 10, and then
Yeah.
I want to grab onto like the ledge because I'm
Mhm.
7'8", so I would imagine
Yeah.
I could probably grab it.
You can grab it and just pull yourself up. Totally.
I'm gonna hold my action for Soren to climb up me, and then I'm gonna pull myself up.
All right. So you're just kind of standing there, just going to Soren. Yep. It's your turn.
Free action, I'll turn to Soren, just be like, "Come on up, buddy. It's warm."
Yeah. Nice.
What?
He said it's warm.
It's warm. It's warm.
Are you sure it's safe?
No, but it's warm.
No.
Warm?
Okay. Yeah, that's your turn, right? You're just kind of waiting for him to climb.
Yep.
So Esther, you're shooting, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
As is tradition.
I don't think the creature does get a lot of cover from your, little drakes
They're
swarming in, but it's yeah. So just make a.
And even
shot
if he had
see
any cover
if
at
it
all, I
hits
have sharpshooter, so
Yeah,
it ignores
exactly.
anything but total cover.
Yeah, it's a medium creature, so Yeah, I mean,
18. That's not bad.
18 definitely hits it.
Let's go.
Ooh, gotta love
Let's
it,
go.
baby.
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh my god, dude.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm here to play.
that yeah, does a lot. Actually, let me see.
Bruv.
Wow. I mean, it's a very solid hit. You just hear this sound of a definitely hit creature.
That was good. That was actually very good.
Been with dogs too much. And you just you kind of see it cower into the like it's trying to get into the corner now. It's not happy. You also hear this weird again.
What the fuck? And I just like yell at him, be like, "Now you stay there, or we're gonna have to kill you."
Okay. Just like telling it. I'm like in any specific language or just
I'm gonna go with Sylvan, I guess.
Okay, sure. So you all hear just Esther suddenly just say something in a language that I don't think many of you do speak.
What did you say, Esther?
Looking through Sylvan.
Yeah, what did you
Sylvan,
call me?
Does it look like it's cowed at all, or does it look like it's still ready to fight?
Did you just call me a cow?
It looks like it's pretty hurt, and therefore, like both a little bit like some self-preservation has definitely kicked in. There's also not a lot of like it's gonna be difficult for it to flee, but it might run somewhere. It definitely looks like it might.
Well, being an ultimately trusting individual, he is going to not trust it at all and eat that bitch.
Okay.
I was so confused for like 2 seconds.
I was too.
All right.
I knew it was coming. There's no way.
Wow, how has that even happened?
What? What? Wow.
Yeah, like, it was just like, no, you don't get advantage. You get 11.
1-1.
Yeah.
1-1.
Yeah.
All right, pseudo squigs, it's on you, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he uses. I forgot. He uses my attack to do it.
Yeah.
What you gonna be?
Oh,
What
good
you
thing I had
gonna
advantage.
be? Oh,
That
24.
is very good, yeah.
That's
24
good.
definitely hits.
Hope so. I
If
would
it
hope so.
if it doesn't, I quit. I'm running.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Just look at all that drink.
Yeah. All right. So,
That's everything. Well, he's gonna move to a little bit over this.
yeah. Um, the creature really looks pretty, like, pretty bad by now. Um, it's, it is just really, really, like, I guess if you weren't a hunter, you would probably start feeling pretty sorry for it. I think. Um, like it looks like it tries to find a way out. It just kind of has a very, yeah, panicky look in its four eyes now.
Yeah, if it was anything but the full archetype of a pirate and a hunter, might
Yeah.
actually be the show.
Yeah, 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 pretty much that. Soren, it's your turn. You do have a like a rope to your right, and Solomon standing there, arms up,
I
to like the
will.
left of the thing.
On the great rope.
I was gonna ask the dragon if he would like help me up or something, but this works. So hold on, and I'm gonna climb up on Sherwin's shell and hold on like a child getting a piggyback ride.
Oh, okay. So I'm sure you've done this before, like when you
Uh-huh.
put on two backpacks over each other,
Uh-huh.
like with really long straps for the second one.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of probably what this is going to like become, because Sherwin has so many ropes and stuff to tie him to Solomon's back. It's not going to be that hard to climb up there. They kind of work almost like little steps if you just put your toes on them. Um, just still make an make an athletics check, which is I'm sure Soren's absolute strong side, but
He's strong. Use your big,
Right.
strong brain to climb this.
climbing.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, that's
amazing.
good.
That
That's
is
good.
Let's go.
It's
amazing.
adrenaline.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
I don't
rip,
want to get.
dude.
I don't want to get left behind with the dragon that almost tried to kill me yesterday.
Yeah.
You do maybe out of possible respect slash fear, climb up there pretty like deftly. It looks really like you've had some practice somehow. Like you use all the little footholds that the rope makes, and pull yourself up, and you get pretty much as far as you want. Like you can go all the way up to the ledge there. You can kind of stand on Solomon's shoulders and like look out that way, or you know basically like sit on top of Sherwin's shell.
I guess I have 5 feet more movement, so I'll
Yes.
climb up to where I'm on Solomon's shoulders, with Sherwin
Like-
right behind my ass.
Look at this is just such a nice picture. Right?
Yeah, we're doing great. We're a great team.
Should I cast enlarge on you or something? Will that help?
If you could enlarge off of my face, that would be awesome.
This is as far as I could get.
Yeah.
I'm
But
already pretty large,
it's,
and honestly, I'm starting to remember being large in like small spaces. I'm starting to like I forgot
Oh
about
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and
I want to do that.
now that I'm
I want
thinking
to do
about
that.
it, I'm a little no.
This is this this
Why
is
is the top of
fine.
your head getting so sweaty?
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, perfect. Yep.
When you talk
So
like that, it tickles.
there's seemingly no one who takes you up on the offer. Do you want to do anything else, or still just cast enlarge on someone or something? Or
Yeah, I don't want to make it any worse. I definitely don't want to make them bigger in a smaller space.
yeah, the ceiling here is about like a 30 feet height. For this carved out part of the tunnel, and then this little overpass is a good 10. It's maybe like more like 12 feet up. So there's still some headspace there, but you don't actually see all that much left and right now. It looks like you probably have, at least in this part of the tunnels, you would have 15 feet to the top of the tunnel. So it's quite like there's a lot of headspace where you are right now. It would be fine here. You wouldn't know if it goes, any lower.
Esther's just like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
All right. Yep. So that's Soren's turn, right? So let
That's my
me
turn.
roll a few
I did
initiatives.
hold my action for
Yes, you
Soren to
did.
get there, so I could
Yes.
pull in Sherwin up.
Yeah. Okay. So you now use the rest of your movement to actually get you all up onto this little overpass, right?
Yes. Do you want me to roll athletics for that?
You wouldn't need to, but because you've now got like two creatures on you, I'll say yeah, for the hell of it, roll athletics just to
I'm
see.
actually surprised you did not say with disadvantage. So.
No, you're
Oh my god.
wow.
No.
You don't even need disadvantage. Okay, make also a dexterity check, please.
All right. Sherwin, I'm really sorry. It was great knowing you.
So
You did now. You said dexterity save
Yes.
or?
Make a dexterity save, yeah.
Uh-huh.
you know,
Yeah.
being tied up like this and not being able to breathe that good and it getting kind of sweaty.
Wow.
This reminds me of my honeymoon a little bit.
Okay.
Really?
Well, just a little bit.
I mean, at least I'm gonna help Sherwin go back to sleep.
Yes. uh, Soren, would you
Christ.
please also make a dex save?
No. No. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Esther, like,
I'm so fucking
So how
sorry.
did we get taken out?
Esther, you see a great scene of stuff happening in front of you. There's
I'm so sorry, Sherwin.
Solomon makes a little kind of a bridge, stairs, whatever, to this next level of the cave, and then pulls up as soon as Soren is like on top of his back as well, and he slips. He just kind of tries to grip the part of the overpass that just comes loose a little bit, and he slips off.
Boop.
He does fall backwards, so with his back to the floor.
No.
Sherman can't do much about it because he's tied to you.
Sandwich between a head and a hard
Soren
place.
had some chance here. With the DC 10, though, you failed it. So instead of like
basically you just got
up-
fucking pile drived off the top rope, like
yeah, instead of like hanging onto the ledge yourself, Soren, you just kind of fall backwards as well. You take.
God damn it.
I'm gonna instinctively like wrap my arms and legs around Solomon's head.
Yeah, it's just like a 10 feet fall pretty much. So it's a d6 for you and nothing more than that, which is a 3. For Sherwin, you do take those 3 points of damage, but you're also being kind of crushed under Solomon as he comes down.
Oh god damn it.
Give it to me. Give it all to me.
He's already so tired.
It's
Fuck.
gonna be 2 more d6 for you because
Ooh, yeah.
it's Solomon.
Come at me with a 12.
So
Oh,
it's for,
7.
it's,
Okay.
For you, it's 7 plus 3. So altogether, it's 10 points of damage just being crushed under your body.
There's a lot of things that are
And
happening
your
to me
shell is
right
kind
now.
of-
I don't
Yeah.
really feel like I'm in full control of what's going on in my
Yeah,
life at this
no,
point.
you're not. This is a ride, and you're on the wrong side of it somehow. You're like,
You've had a
I'm so
really
sorry.
bad 12 hours.
yeah,
It's been a bad 4 hours.
Why would you
Yeah.
guys trust me with another person?
Oh, I still trust you, buddy. It's
Well,
okay.
God
He
damn
just
it.
like kind of looks up. He goes, "I put the rope there for a reason. I'm just saying, there's a rope."
yeah. This rope is still hanging there, untouched.
You know Esther's
If you
You know,
want to look
Esther's at the
slightly
top of
to
this.
your right,
Esther's at the top of this, just like, God damn it.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
just God damn it. Like he sees all of this.
yeah.
don't worry.
He
I
does
got
kind of have
I
the
got it.
view
Don't
of
you worry, guys.
Yeah, Solomon just with a sudden look of panic on his face as he slips, and the other
I'm
ones
like
just go,
scraping
"Oh!"
Yeah.
like in a slapstick movie. Yeah, totally. It kind of does hurt, but could probably have been worse. You also make a lot of noise doing all this.
How much damage do I take?
You just kind of, fall onto Sharon and take the 3 points of damage that Soren also took. It's really just Sharon that this is really like harsh on.
Oh my god, we just dunked on the one dude we're supposed to save.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Like you're probably like trying to roll off of him pretty fast, and there's a his shell looks now very roughed up at the top where he kind of landed on his back.
It's hard to
Not
get
gonna
up
lie.
when you're back here, huh?
Your your description
still
and
tied to him, though, so.
what Sherwin wrote in chat was pretty
Yeah. Well, okay, so that's that. Let me add some stuff because that was definitely wow, cool.
I think I bruised my tailbone.
That's a nat 1 and a nat 20 for
On
those.
Sherwin.
Yep.
Interesting.
classic.
Let me see.
Solomon classic.
Did they? Nat 21 didn't actually show up.
Did I recover my spell slots when I slept?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
When is
Yeah.
Little B in the initiative order? Is he just gonna go after everybody?
Which one?
Little B, I'll meet you in a second.
Oh, he is like the thing with him is you would have to tell him to do stuff. Like
I just told him to protect them and
Yes.
protect them from the rear. So
Yes, he will. Like he's there. He is like I'll give him an initiative count because
I
why
feel like
not?
he just watches all this. He's going
Well, no,
down.
that's a
It's
good
just
point,
like
though.
no
So-
reaction. He's just like
No. I think it's up to us to
He
do
is,
like a
like,
free
He's
action.
watching the others. Like he is.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't have done anything against them falling really because that's like that just kind of happens in a split second and he was just there. Let's see. He's got that's a +2, so let's just roll a d20 on here.
Oh my god, I can't believe that fucking happened, dude.
So that's
Literally the
very
one
solid
thing.
18.
I 100% believe that just happened.
Yeah.
I
I'm not even surprised.
I
At
expect
this point,
nothing less at this point.
honestly, like with our group, like if it doesn't just get out of hand, like for no reason at all,
Uh-huh.
we
Yeah.
have not played a game that night.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. I'll add that, and then there's another one that didn't get added because
Appreciate you guys. You guys make me feel a lot better. Thank you. You're just a good party. You guys are just a good ass
We're
party.
just
This is
We're
we
staying
just have so
in-
much fun having fun.
we're staying in
Yeah.
character. If that had gone flawless, if that had all worked out as planned, that would have been so out of character. That would not. That
I
doesn't
really
work.
thought it was
weird.
going to.
Yeah.
There was a chance.
Here's the thing. I will say, Solomon does critically fail on like nominal tasks, but he critically hits on like very important points. So
That's
let it ride.
true.
It's
I
a,
rolled
Let it
over a
ride.
10 one time this entire session until I attacked something.
it's
Yeah.
all on brand.
Yeah.
All of it.
Well, that's just the odds, Esther. I think
Yeah.
because you're attacking constantly.
Yeah.
So
You hit a lot, so yeah, that totally makes sense actually.
It's because it works for me so often. Why else do I do anything else?
Yeah. um. Yeah. So
Lots of practice.
you get all of this, like this stuff happens, and there's a bit of just the sound of people going oh, and falling backwards, and oh no. um. And yeah, I mean the dragon kind of like looks like he wants to possibly like do something or help. Just kind of is also a very insecure little dragon. So, we'll see. Um I don't think this one got tagged, so I'll just move it anyway. Out of a side room that you don't have clear view for, but that is there. There is a how far can they move? They can move quite far, but doesn't need to. Yeah. Another one of these dogs comes out of the side room that you kind of have an idea that there's an entrance to something else. Like there's
shit,
another
there's two of them.
space.
Four of
Now
them?
there's two of them.
Two of them.
Well, right
Four of
now
them?
there's it. I just made a two, so I know which one is which.
No, it's just it's because the
But,
heads.
yeah.
He's
Well,
just
the
like,
heads,
is it?
if you're
Are
making
they?
if head count wise, yes, it's four. This one tries to attack the squigs that is in the corner because attacking things in the corner makes sense, right?
Yeah.
There's
That's
only
also why I
there's
put pseudo squigs in the corner.
There-
Yeah.
I fucking hate corners.
There-
21
Oh, I'm pretty sure that hit.
probably does.
Like 99% sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It,
He's got
it
13
takes
armor.
4 points of piercing damage
Oh,
and also has to do a con save.
Uh-oh.
it doesn't have a save. All right, 19.
That is pretty good. Yeah, it's
Nice.
fine. It's fine. He doesn't.
Yeah, if you feel that, dude. Do you see the
Yeah.
fail?
Yeah. It's not a good fail. Yeah, so you kind of have this idea that
Rough.
they don't seem to like their bite isn't very strong. It doesn't like for being two-headed. It's weird. It's only one head at a time attacking, and the other one kind of just slobbers and seems to like regenerate something in the saliva or something like that. You get this idea that it's got two heads, but only one ever attacks at one point in time. The other one seems to kind of chew a little bit and like make little movements, and you kind of see them frothing at the mouth. Yeah, so for a hunter, this is a bit of a rabies case or something.
I was gonna say it's like a hyena and a wolf and a Komodo dragon had a fucked up baby.
Yeah, pretty much. This is now Belmetria the Second's turn. I'll call him that, sure. But that could be the long form for Bob, I guess.
That's why I just called him Lil B, because that's just easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to like put him in the turn order in something.
Yeah,
in
go
some
get him,
way.
Bull Meatus.
He kind of just comes up to you three lying there on the ground, and looks at you all and kind of like up a little bit at Esther for a second, and then back down, and it's like, uh, I'll protect you. He just kind of stands there and like makes his wings kind of spread in a way that he basically mostly just kind of blocks out any light that's coming from the tunnel behind him. It just kind of does a little like a cormorant thing, where he just kind of stands there and spreads his wings.
Damn it. It's kind of cute when it does that. Fuck.
That's all he's gonna do for now, though. Like, yeah, that's his level of understanding of the situation right now. Sherwin, it's your turn.
I am going to just use my channel divinity to preserve
Yeah.
life and restore 25 of my hit points.
That sounds like a very reasonable thing to do.
Please don't let this happen again. Please don't let it happen again. Please don't let it happen again.
Perfect.
Don't tell me what to do with my turn.
Your face bruised my tailbone.
Yeah.
Oh, that was your tailbone?
Yeah, that was my tailbone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow. That makes all the
It was
sense.
just
though.
my entire face.
God damn it.
I
God damn it.
I kind of liked it, but I don't want to do it again.
Okay, sure.
It brought back such good memories.
I'm too old to keep doing that.
That is also fair.
I'm so scared for my next turn.
It'll be
scared.
fine.
We honeymooned for a week. 5 days of it was recovery.
Sharon, anything else you want to do?
Hide. Run.
I just lay there on my turtle shell back, just like kicking, like, Solomon, you're gonna need to shift some weight somewhere so we can get up.
Oh, God damn it.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. The
God
first
damn it.
dog's turn is up. It'll just keep snapping at the thing that's in the corner with its now friend. And then probably try to run away. So let's see if it can bite on your little Drake friend. No, it cannot. It just really cannot. Tries with an 8. Does not manage to. Doesn't see a lot of ways out either. And yeah, I mean they're kind of in the same area. He will try to run away, which will give the two Squigses definitely, like, they have an attack of opportunity if they want to take it. It'll try to kind of jump over its friend there and run up into this next section. Nice.
Oh, baby.
Oh, wow. Yeah, as it
There you
jumps,
go.
like it kind of crouches down a little bit and jumps off, and both of the drakes just kind of snap at it and just kind of just pull it right back. It slumps on the ground dead.
Where do you think you're going? Nowhere.
That didn't work. This one's done. Okay. Yep. So I'll take that one out of the equation. Okay. Well, it tried. Solomon, it's your turn.
Alright.
You're prone.
I am prone, so I'm gonna stand up. That's half my movement.
Yeah.
Is Sherwin still tied secure to my back?
It's still pretty good. I mean,
I'm pretty good at knots.
You know, you had time. There was no reason to not do a good job at that. So, yeah.
I'll ask
Feel safe.
backwards. I'll be like, Sherwin, sorry about that. I think I
That's
might
how
have
good he's tied.
flipped somewhere. Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get up. Just go ahead. I'll follow. I'll be right behind you in a sec.
Man, Sherwin, you sound very different. Alright. I'm gonna start climbing up again.
Okay. Yep. Make another athletics check.
I swear to God. I swear to fucking God, D&D Beyond. You motherfucker.
See, there you go.
That works?
You know, it's
You
yes,
rolled
it
a
does.
4?
It's
Yeah, I rolled
yeah.
a 4.
Yeah, you basically only could roll a 1 to really, not get it, but you did, so there you go. You do get up there
I
together
would say
with
that's
Sharon.
probably the rest of my movement,
It
most
probably,
likely.
yeah. Um, you,
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Esther.
you,
Oh,
you
hey, but
have
you guys
enough
are that way. You
light.
guys should probably take a break, though, because it looks like you guys are having some troubles.
Yeah,
I feel
like
fine.
you see this tunnel now, like this little hallway. This is more like a hallway than a tunnel, actually.
Okay. And with that, I'm going to. I'm gonna hold action. To cast.
I didn't add these guys to initiative. Wow.
I'm gonna
Go
hold
ahead.
action to cast Sanctuary on somebody that comes up on this bridge.
Okay. Cool. You do that.
That's the end of my turn.
I'll just get 2 more initiatives in for now.
I'm sorry, what?
That I forgot to roll. So
That's good.
Say again?
That's great. I'm sorry, what?
let me just check. They
Excuse me,
need to
who?
go. Oh, that's actually
Come again?
convenient. This
Can
one
you run that
goes,
by me one more time?
Sorry.
Pardon?
right behind you, Solomon. And the other one will come in right there.
Come in what?
It's funny. I swear you said
Wait,
you were
I'm
rolling more initiatives.
I'm sorry,
What's
come in
your
who?
dex, Solomon?
My dex
your
is
Dex modifier.
+2.
+2, yeah, it's the correct way. Yep. So no harm done. They're both after you anyway.
Oh, well, that sounds pretty fucked.
um,
Oh, it's
that's your
just
turn,
me.
right? You're just standing there holding your action to cast Sanctuary.
Yep.
Okay. You hear another weird sound from somewhere because it's very echoey in here, so it's kind of hard to tell. And some rustling of it reminds you a lot of bird wings.
I was gonna
And
say it feels like a bird. Can I
yeah,
make some sort of survival check or something to see if I recognize it or I'm able to at least pinpoint like what species it is?
you can totally
I guess what genus it is.
like
Probably can't tell the species.
you can absolutely make make a survival check. That sounds about right.
Make a
As the
bird
thing
jack,
comes
dude.
flying in,
Bird dice.
it comes into view, so that will give you more of a hint because you do see it.
Oh god.
It's it's not pretty. It's
I know what it is
looks-
above board, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it doesn't
Hey.
I don't
that
think
shit on
you
the
would have
sideline.
seen many of those before, but you might very well have
No, I doubt that
heard
I've seen that.
stories of
Yeah.
little bar stories or something like that, where people talked about a creature that is just really ugly and winged, but also looks like a mix of all kinds of like a chicken, but without the actual feathers, and instead of wings with feathers on it, it's more like a bat's wing and all that. So it kind of rings a bell. Yeah, you might not be entirely sure, but this sounds like something you've heard about before. And you also now kind of get this idea that there's something in your head, like something is ringing a bell. You kind of have this idea that it might be a good idea to keep them at a distance if possible. I think that would be fair with a 12.
Okay. Like
you wouldn't
I'm not quite
exactly
sure
know
what
why.
it is, but I know
Yeah,
for
but
something is ringing
you
alarm
wouldn't
bells
want it
in my
close.
head.
Yeah, it's something you've heard stories, and it's just it's probably better to keep at a distance, which is something that you would probably assume for a lot of things that you don't know anyway.
Well, yeah,
So,
and
yeah.
that's like how he likes to keep things, anyways.
Yeah. The other thing that I didn't really mention, but it is on the map. You see that little thing that Sherwin pretty much is on top of. That is like it looks like a rock, but now it does seem like it might have like it's the shape of a like it could be a statue.
That's a petrified Cerberus, is what that is right there.
Yeah. But like, yeah.
it's it looks decorative, but it might not be just that. But that's just that.
It's real
that's
good
all to
carving.
say.
Sweet.
It flies in and it'll try to just peck at the squigs that it sees. It's also, yeah, I'll say they're not exactly smart ones, but it'll fly in the direction like right there and then peck at. This one will actually go for this squigs.
A people.
So it's called a bite, and it's just a 5, so you're fine. Just kind of, pecks at him, tries to, doesn't hit him. Nothing else happens in this, but you hear the rustling again. And let's see how far they get. Yeah, because they can fly and just go over top of everything else. There's a second one of them coming out of that little hallway there. And that one will, just because they're really not that smart, go for the other squigs that's like in the corner and corner itself doing this though. So good call on that. Does a 10 hit?
Nope.
Probably not. Okay, so the same thing basically happens. You have two of these bird things come out and just kind of hack away at your little drakes and, miss, but I mean, they look bad enough. They don't need to hit, actually. And it's your turn.
Okay. So I know that the Cerberuses can take a good hit. Not knowing what they are, obviously, character. But
That's totally fine. You can call them whatever you like.
I call the fucking doggos. Like
You just named them, but keep going.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's the wrong name, so go ahead.
yeah. So I feel like I feel like these guys still. Would my danger sense give me like more predilection to go after the bird things? Like, would that tinge in the back of my mind, am I like, ah, fuck those chickens?
No, that is not the point. The thing might be they're small. They're definitely like physically smaller than this two-headed dog thing.
So yeah, I'm gonna kill the dog thing then, because it's bigger
like,
and it's got 2 heads.
You wouldn't know which one was worse, and to be very honest, in this specific case, they're all kind of bad if things go wrong. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Yeah, 27 definitely hits it. And that's the big beefy one in the middle, right?
Yeah, gotta kill that doggo.
Yep. So that's 5 and 6. That is 11. Plus 5 makes 16. Wow, that's not too bad.
And then,
well, it is for the dog. They're just kind of yowling sound, just prowling a little, like trying to go back a little bit, not much.
And then I'm gonna go with a attack on both the dragons are gonna attack him as well.
Okay. Yeah.
God, what up? That's the third nat 20 this
Oh
combat.
my god.
These strikes
Oh
are just,
God.
yeah, they're not playing around. Yeah,
Oh my.
I mean, it's just all hits. Just... oh
He's
wow,
They're here to bite
unstoppable.
shit.
He's unstoppable.
that is a lot. Okay, so wow, 6 and
Yeah.
another 6.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay.
Jeebus.
The crit one. Does that get any?
Oh, yeah, I got to do
X?
another
Like you
D6.
didn't double, did you?
Nah, I didn't.
So it's an additional 3 for that one.
Okay,
So
another
it's
D6.
15 damage all to, or yeah, you roll, yeah, exactly. So it's 17 damage in total. Not bad. Just another very much hurt sound of that poor little doggy.
Bite his ass, Squigs. Bite his
Still
ass.
living, but yeah, one of the heads is actually hanging like it's yeah, not very usable anymore. Maybe, at least it looks very dazed.
Oh, that's bad.
Wow. Yeah, that's Esser's and all the others' turn. So, Soren, you just hear those noises from where you are.
Okay, Mr. Dragon, maybe we just got off on the wrong foot. Fresh start. You seem
Okay.
nice. I guess we'll worry about the name thing later, whatever's going on with that. Can I like grab on your back maybe and you climb up there with me? You think that would that would work? You have claws. You look like the kind of creature that would be able to climb well.
He looks at you very like attentive. He's really, when you talk to him, he actually like looks at you and seems to like focus very much on you talking, and just kind of goes like looks down at his claws and back at you. Yes, yes, we can do that.
Oh, fantastic. You know, I learned Draconic from a silver dragon as I'm like moving behind him.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, as you kind of.
Oh yeah, worked at a library. Was well, it used to be a silver dragon, now a ghost dragon. It's it's a long story. That's how I learned Draconic. As I'm settling.
Yeah, he kind of like, yeah, it's this weird thing where he, as you climb on top of his back, you like he keeps looking at you, like he's actually craning his neck to keep looking at you while you're talking. But yeah, you get on top of him, and yeah, it's just it's this weird feeling because everything is like really a mini version of an like a adult form of a dragon. But this one just seems so young in every other way. But yeah, you're on top of it now, and asking him to climb up there onto this little overpass, right? So he'll do that on his turn.
I'll use my action, to grab hold and settle in. I had to stand up from prone, so I only had 15 minutes.
Yeah,
that got me right.
Yes, perfect. Okay. You hear more movement. I think the one that hears most of it is probably Sherwin, and other than that, it's just there's a lot going on in that little corner of this corridor. He can't really do much, so let's say he just goes like there.
Sorry, just really quick. I was holding action to cast Sanctuary.
Yes, you did.
Can I put that on Sherwin?
Yeah, sure. Put that on him. I mean, he's definitely there with you.
Sanctuary.
Yeah. And yeah, that's that one's turn. This one's actually the now very, very like fucked up little doggy thing.
Oh God.
He'll. I mean, they don't like being, treated like that at all. So let's see, what can he do? Well, there's still stuff there. He will. Yeah, what? Yeah, he'll snap at our roll for this one, because both of this would make sense in some way, and they aren't smart enough to decide. It'll be a roll. 1, 2, 3 is the squeaks in the corner, and anything from 4 is the other squeaks, the real one. So it's gonna be the one in the corner. So that's another bite with a natural 1. It's just not meant to do anything. Yeah, so the squeaks in the corner gets kind of like there's an attempt to bite. Doesn't work at all. Yeah, and he'll just kind of try the same thing that the other one did and try to get out of there. Triggering a possible opportunity attack. I'll just have to see.
Hopefully, death.
Turn, yeah, I don't think.
Oh, that one might miss.
Yeah. Yeah, both of them actually hit, but
Nice.
you might only need one. I think you only need one. I don't think it goes anywhere. Yeah. That's enough. It had, I think it's like 2 hit points. Oh no,
Okay,
actually it's now at 1, so you need to like hit him with 1 more.
Yeah, he hit
point of
already,
damage.
and
The other one will
yeah,
do.
I was gonna say Squigs has a +3 bonus to his damage.
Yeah. So that one's done. Now there's 2 like 2-headed dog corpses lying in this area. And there's 2 of these birds.
Things may or may not be getting a little out of hand.
Who knows? I'll delete this one. It's the dragon's turn, not the drakes. He will climb up. I'll give him a check though, just to see how he does athletics wise. I think he should be fine, but I thought so with you know.
Yeah, we also thought Solomon would be fine.
Yeah, that was a shoo-in.
Yeah. It's pretty good though, so like I don't think that shouldn't, like, it should really not miss, but that is a 2 plus 4, which makes it a 6.
I mean, if this is kind of the problem, I feel like you're really struggling here. Like,
it is struggling. It is honestly struggling. Like, it goes up to the little overpass, and like
I just kind of look at him and be like, "Why aren't you flying?"
I'm not a really large person.
It's kind of it cannot really get its wings. Like, it's weird. It's like it's.
Yeah, it probably has a really big wingspan in this small place.
The
That makes sense.
wingspan is not helping it right now, because whenever it's trying to actually like get any purchase on the wall or on the actual overpass or anything like that, trying to like reach for anything, the wings just kind of are in the way. It doesn't get to climb up this turn.
Do you think it'd make it easier if I made you larger, like how I made you smaller before? Maybe I'd make you bigger.
It cranes its neck back to you again. You can make me bigger. I would like to go. I like being big.
I did promise him at some point in time you would make him bigger.
hold on. Don't let it get to your head, okay? Like, let's not turn that into it, okay? Like,
Okay.
we're just starting this out. We're just becoming friends. Day one.
I would also like to point out to everybody here
Yes.
the highest athletics roll we've had tonight was Soren.
Yeah. Yep. It was.
All right, weird,
That's
weird
true,
flex.
the negative
Weird
one.
flex.
Yes.
Weird flex.
It didn't amount to
Dawned
anything.
on me, and I was just like,
Yeah.
he got a 17.
That's
Holy
just a
shit, he got a
But you
17.
rolled an 8.
Oh, you got a 19. He got a -1. I read it because I was super jelly. No,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong.
Yep. It was pretty good. And I mean, you're, you know, sitting on top of this very timid seeming dragon, and you feel its struggle. Like it's really trying hard, but it's just not
Muscles
getting
quivering
there. It's
underneath
like
me.
the coordination. Like yeah, maybe it's just a coordination thing more than a like sheer strength thing. But yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'm very like small guy, and I am
Yeah.
only carrying 40 pounds of equipment.
Mhm. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am extremely weak.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like yeah, the dragon does feel very strong, like just sitting on top of it, you feel the muscles, and there's a lot of them, but it's unable to figure out how to actually climb. It's maybe not its, you know, most used kind of form of locomotion anyway, I guess. So let's say it's just out of like it never had any practice, probably. Um, yeah, that's the dragon's turn. It really like yeah. It seems to like the idea of being bigger, though. That's what you definitely get from him. Sharon, it's your turn. You're still strapped to Solomon's back.
I am still strapped up. Uh, I think that I will just toll the dead that first little demon chicken.
Okay, yeah.
At a first,
Put a.
I don't think you've told the dead and
I usually fail. Like I usually don't hit.
He has tried it before. It just tends to, yeah, not go.
sorry, bro.
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to
It is
dunk on
favorite.
you.
it's
That
it's
was
uh
not my intention.
it's a wisdom save of 15.
Wisdom. Well,
Yeah.
with wisdom, you got a chance there. Um, and it's the first one that does the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a 16.
Yep. See,
for
that's about what happens usually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait, I didn't know you had Toll of the Dead, and didn't know
He
you
has
could use
tried it
that.
before, and
Hmm.
I'm trying to remember which creature it was that also saved and didn't even
It's like
have
all
like
of
a
them.
high modifier.
I was
Like,
gonna say,
all
you've
of
tried
them.
it quite a few
I was-
times. Like,
Yeah,
I was totally kidding, just because.
I'm pretty sure it was with the skeletons in this maze, like the
God
big
damn it.
minotaur skeletons. He tried it a few times.
you tried it
And
on the ghost people also,
The
and the big
ghost people
frogs.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dunk on you, dog. But
No,
Oh, it's all
fine.
good.
it was also funny to me. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
But here, on the other hand, it's not because he did bad; it's because she did good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just out here.
It's just weird that the creatures seem to always like save that specific spell. Like it, yeah,
I'm just out here Liberty Belling it up.
strange.
the Toll of the Deep.
Yep. So you do that, and it doesn't seem to have any real effect.
Well, I tried.
You did. You can't really move. Do you want to
Nope.
say anything or?
God damn.
Yeah. We might need to just kick that chicken thing up there. Magic doesn't seem to work on it.
Noted. Oh. Oh my god, it's magic.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe your kind of magical work. This little bell I got. It's not doing its thing.
All right.
Maybe that, yeah. And with that, we go to Solomon.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I still have light on my shield, but I want to bash
Yes.
this thing right in front of me.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Definitely try that. I'll also give you a little bit more of a view in there.
I hope that hits.
It does.
So that's gonna be it's just for my shield.
Mm-hmm. That's 8.
And I would like to holy shite on this thing.
Okay, yeah, sure. All in on that one.
Yeah, I got to. I mean, Sherwin told me to kill it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it looks like the devil.
So spell slot for 2d8. I think I remember this, but I'd be surprised.
It's fine.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good indeed. So that is 21 points of damage from you.
I gotta take that off my spell slot.
The little chicken thing just kind of makes a very like it does sound a little bit like a chicken. It's kind of this thing, but it's not like a chicken at the same time. It really isn't.
True.
It just kind of makes the same. It's the cadence. It's just not the same voice. Yep. It looks almost dead. Like it looks like it's hanging on, but not by much. That was a really pretty nice hit.
By the way, it was shield first. The holy smite was me putting my head over the shield and biting the fuck out of the head.
Oh wow! Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Trying to rip up its head.
just flavor, just a little bit of Salt Bay.
It works because it's a small thing. And it's kind of flapping there with its wings and just kind of trying to get out of your mouth, I guess, as you do it.
You have multi-attack too, right?
I guess it's a very, very muffled thing.
Oh, I could attack. Right, I can attack again.
Yes.
Yeah, I can.
Like it looks like that was a very good start.
All right, I'll attack again.
Yeah, that hits.
No, that's.
Hey, and that's exactly how many hit points it had left.
Oh shit.
Lights it off.
Like to kill this one? Is it just squish it with a shield?
No. No. So bash it with the shield.
Yeah.
And bit it, and then just like shook my head around till its neck is broken. I mean, that's that's like the nice way to do it, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go full Aussie.
Yep.
Maybe next time. We'll see.
There's another one.
Yep. There's another one.
DJ Khaled.
All right. So, yep, this one is dead, and there's now a lot of like dead things lying around on the ground. The small ones aren't too, won't really matter that much anyway. That's your turn, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
The one that you just killed would have come up next, so it doesn't do anything. But the other one will try to peck at. Well, they're really not smart, so I'll roll for them. It's either the squeaks right in front of it, or it's the one that just killed its colleague there. If it's anything 4 and above, then it's going for Solomon. Yeah, it's going for you, Solomon. I think the opportunity attacks are all used up for this turn, so it does actually just fly over. Like, it's more like a hop and a bit of wing beating, not much. And it's gonna try to peck at the big guy with a 21.
Yeah, that hits. Yep.
That's in that case, just 3 points of piercing damage, but that's not the problem. make a con save.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, hold on. Let me do the damage first, and then con save. Come on, baby. It's not bad. That's not bad.
That is enough.
Thank God.
You make the save. Yep.
Okay.
So it's all fine. It kind of feels like it doesn't really do a lot of damage. You don't feel like it hurt you much, but there's some like some like a feeling of dread coming over you.
I feel
as
like
it does. So like you, yeah.
I feel like I need to floss.
Yeah, probably. Esther, it's your turn. The chicken thing is quite covered by Solomon and Sherwin now, but you can always activate some arrow traps. Yeah.
See, being a careful guy, that always makes sure that his companions are out. I shoot.
Yeah.
You always get me. You always get me.
21. Yeah. It still hit like you're
Jesus
aiming
Christ,
for like a what the
Get out!
Dude, is that 320s?
This is the fourth
night
one. This fight.
yeah. Yeah. It's really like I think the system's kind of like going your way more than anybody else.
Every
right
other
now.
roll is trashy as
I'm
fuck.
fine.
Okay.
I'm fine with
Well,
it.
that's
I'm only
fine with
good in a fight. Every other roll has been trashed the whole night.
yeah. Which is quite good.
It's just how this character rolls. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm bad at damage. I'm bad at skill checks.
Yep.
I'm great at shooting things.
I guess that makes sense. You shoot the thing like it's. I guess you would probably like actually manage to like aim between Solomon's legs.
Yeah, I kind of want to bounce
like
it off of the ground in front of
Yeah.
in between Solomon's
Be
legs.
careful, man. Gotta be careful.
And you just kind of hit like the body just kind of right on into the middle of it, like probably trying to like kill it by finding the heart in the creature, which you don't quite manage, but you definitely like that was a pretty crippling shot. Um, yeah.
Hell yeah! All right.
It's hanging on by not by much.
All right. Squigs is gonna attack first.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a straight roll.
Yeah. Also, Squeaks actually would know that there's another thing there. Not that it matters much, I don't think so, but let me give you that much just so you know. 6. Yeah, 6 is definitely gonna. That's the number of hit points the little chicken had. So yeah. You.
I'm gonna have Squigs come back to here.
To there, okay. Yep.
And then Pseudo Squig's gonna attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 18.
Squigs is going to use his infused strike.
Yeah.
To help out Pseudo Squig. Where's this damage at? Oh, I clicked on that.
Okay. Wow. That'll do definitely some damage to this dog in the corner. Yep. Anything else? Like you, like he snaps at him. It's not the best ever hit, but it seems like you can like decimate these things pretty quickly. As long as they don't hit, you're fine. Like, it definitely has, it feels quite good. You feel quite safe now. That's all you do, right? And
Yeah, that's
the
everything.
drakes. Soren, you want to try again?
Okay. Let's see if this helps, bud. And I'll cast enlarge on the
Nice.
dragon.
And with that, the dragon kind of becomes a bit bigger. We'll make it just kind of a custom. Maybe like that for now. Put you on the back there.
Now he can just pretty much step up, right? Like he's huge now, isn't he?
Yes. Well, he was, yeah, he is definitely big enough to more or less just kind of walk up there. Yeah, it's interesting in he'll have trouble getting into like every like there's no way he's gonna get into the little nooks and crannies here anymore. But he's definitely gonna get up there. So yeah, if you want to ask him to step up onto this little overpass, he will do so.
Okay. You should be big enough to handle it now. So whenever you're ready.
I'm all big now. He's like
Have you been big like this before, or
generally exciting.
is this a first?
He looks back at you like he really, whenever he talks to you or you talk to him, he does do this thing where he just turns all the way around and just really looks at you. No, I was small. I was smaller, and then I got big, and now I'm even bigger. I like this. This is nice. Can I get bigger? And he's like really excited about it.
One of
Maybe
these days.
if I had a friend. I don't know. Maybe.
Just kind of, like if he was a puppy or something, he would probably just wiggle all the way. But he looks very excited.
I mean,
And totally like doesn't seem to take in his surroundings the same way you do.
Maybe if I made a spell scroll of enlarge and I had somebody else cast it and then I cast it, I'll think about it.
Okay. He really likes you now. Like, no insight necessary. That's just pretty obvious. Yeah. So you're now on a big enough dragon. You want him to step up on his turn, or do you want to ask him to do anything else?
Well, I don't really know what's going on up there. It's been a lot of noise, so
yeah.
At the moment, I'm just gonna have him go ahead and climb up there and then see what happens.
All right. Yep. There's one more dog in the corner, and it's being like blocked by Squigs. So Squigs it'll try to bite Squigs at least. I think an 18 might hit.
For that guy, I think it does. I think he's got a 17.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh no, that's the summoned one. He's got a 13. That definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, that Squigs does get 7 points of piercing damage, and I think the summoned one doesn't really count as a creature, does it? Because it is.
It does have a small beast stat block, so I believe.
Okay. Well then let's just roll a con save for him too.
Great.
That is not exactly the DC you needed.
You don't say.
You see Wiggs kind of take the bite, and it's not it's not the worst damage ever. It's just kind of really sinking in, though. The teeth really get to him. But this is Squigs, so I think even with technically becoming poisoned,
this is the
cannot
summoned
become
Squigs.
Poisoned.
That's not real Squigs.
Yeah, but does he get the does he get any
I don't think
resistance
he would
or
get,
immunity.
He's just a spell, so
Okay. Yeah, in that case, he is poisoned for now.
looking. I don't. Yeah, he doesn't have any immunities.
Okay.
Regular squid does have immunities.
It's not gonna do much against him anyway for different reasons, but yeah. So he's poisoned for now. I'll put that on him then. Where's the poison? There it is. I'll just use the P actually. Easier for now. Okay. That's all the dog does. It's not gonna go anywhere. So Balmetria the second is now gonna just step up onto this little overpass, so you can finally kind of get a view of stuff happening.
Oh, okay. Hey, guys.
There's just a mess in the corner. Yeah, he's big enough now to kind of block out this whole little overpass thing. But it's like looks really proud. Like really, really proud.
Hey, he's starting to get there, little B. One day we'll make it even bigger than that, I promise.
He does crane his neck back to you and just like I don't think a dragon can ever smile, but if he could, he would.
You won't even
Sharon,
be able to
it's your
fit in
turn.
this tunnel by the time we're done with you.
Kind of just rising up a little bit more, trying to look big. And he does, kind of. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Sherwin, it's your turn. There's a bunch of just dead things in front of you. And the one Squeaks is still snapping at stuff.
Yeah, I just want to try to toll the dead that one.
Okay.
That's my ranged move.
Yeah. Yep. Wisdom. Hey!
Hey!
3.
Has he been
Yeah,
hit?
that didn't work.
Has he been hit yet?
He has been hit yet, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. All of it.
That's a D12.
Yeah.
Oh no, because I'm past 5th level. That's 2D12. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Still ain't cheap.
14.
That's not too bad. 14 points of damage.
Still ain't cheap.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, the bell, she
So-
keeps on ringing.
Yeah. That absolutely worked for maybe the first time.
Yeah, I think that is the first time.
Might have been. That's nice. Yep. You hit the barely, like, you know where it is, and it does come out every now and then just to snap at Squeaks. And you use that opportunity to, you know, actually hit it pretty nicely. Anything else? Sherwin?
Nope, I'm holding on to my spell slots right now. So yeah. Yep.
That's fair.
I don't know when I'll
Solomon,
sleep again. So
you can, yeah, you can try to get to this other thing or do something else. What would you like to do?
I mean, seeing the livelihood of the toll of the dead, I'd like to try to take the rope off of myself to get Sherwin off me.
Okay.
I mean, you showed toll the dead work.
Yes.
A man's is alive.
Yeah.
So I would like to, as my action, take that off.
Okay. Yeah. I'll say that because you're kind of big and like you can wiggle out of it at the least because they didn't like tie you in any way that would prevent you from it, and I think you are at least strong enough to do so.
can I make
the knots are probably in the back.
Can I make an athletics check to hang on?
You can totally make an athletics check to hang on. Yeah.
I do have disadvantage on all skill checks right now.
Yeah, because of the exhaustion. Yeah.
So That's a 6. Yeah,
Six.
I'd probably just
Um,
slip right off. He is sweaty.
but I'll also ask because it is technically it's not a very high possibility, but there's a chance that he doesn't get to open those ropes completely because I think we said that all the like the important knots are probably mostly in the back, so it's hard for him to reach. So can Solomon either do a dexterity check to kind of wiggle out of it and, just do it that way without probably untying all the knots, or athletics and just rip one of the ropes?
Oh, I'm gonna go athletics.
Yeah.
There.
That is barely enough.
Really? Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay.
I don't think this was any special rope. So yeah. Um it's just
I'll
enough
rip the
to
rope.
get out of it. There's now one of the ropes, like the rope is just kind of ripped into two pieces. So there's, if it was a 30-foot rope, it's now two 15-feet rope things,
Okay.
pieces.
And I
And
will.
Sharon just kind of plummets to the ground. It's not that high, so you're
Not
fine.
really. Not.
It's just a light slip, like
Yeah, it's kind of.
like then my
I
butt's
would
just on
lean
the
back
ground.
and rip it.
Yeah.
And I will. Yeah, I'll step up right into here,
Okay.
and
Squix
that's the end
isn't
of my
that
turn.
big, so if you wanted to, you could, like,
Yeah,
try
I'll
to
do
like
that
push
then.
him out of the
If
way or things like
if
that.
I can't get
Well,
into
he's
this
a
spot, I
small
will.
creature, so he
Yes.
can share your space.
Yes.
You could
Okay.
literally
He can
just
kind of
straddle
be
it.
Then
there
yes.
with you. Yes.
100%. I'll be here.
Okay. All right. I think these are all dead. I'm
That's the
just
end of my
gonna
turn.
take them out. Nice. Esther, it's your turn. From your perspective, there's like you don't have a clear shot at anything.
Yeah, I would. Um, I'd call Squigs, and I would focus my attention north and just
Okay.
hold my action in case something comes out of there.
Okay.
Call Squigs to me
Yeah.
and tell Pseudo Squigs to fight on. Pseudo Squigs, fight
Okay. That makes sense. All right. So that's all for you right now. Um, that'll
on.
bring
Well,
us
I
to
mean, he's
Soren.
got an attack still.
Yeah, but but yeah, it does hit definitely. They
So
just they have a 12 armor class, so anything above 12 or
Yeah.
12.
Oh, plus
Pretty good. Pretty
9
good.
too, so it's like pretty hard for
That
me
is,
not to hit these guys.
yeah, exactly. Um, 9 points is really quite good. You do hear another little yelp, like a little bit of. There's still a dog there, and you definitely hear it. And there's a little bit of growling after. It's not quite dead, but it's kind of getting like it's a labored kind of growl. It doesn't like it's probably on its last legs. Nice.
I am going to say forward into battle in Draconic, letting all this
Okay.
go completely to my head.
Yeah.
And I am going to hold my action to cast Ray of Frost as soon as the dragon gets close enough to where I can see something.
Nice.
I told you, Rad, the dragon was gonna be awesome. You was over here like, oh, best thing ever, right?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie; it was this kind of came out of nowhere.
Because
Yeah.
you had made Squigs big one time, and I rode him, and I was just like, I knew it was gonna be the best experience in my
Yeah.
life.
The little doggy that is close to death tries to bite onto like I'll actually roll once more to see who gets. It squeaks. So it tries with a 14,
That hits.
which I think hits. Yeah.
wait, is that the thing right in front of me?
Yeah.
Then can I cast protection or reaction protection?
Yeah.
Yep, I'll do that.
Okay. Nice.
So, it's disadvantage.
Yes. 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 There we go. The second one is a
Fuck.
15, so the 14 stands. Sorry. So yeah, it Squeaks takes 6 points of piercing damage, and it's another con save, but it is already poisoned, so we'll just forego that because it's.
I was
not
gonna say
gonna be
I don't
double
think you can
poisoned.
get more poisoned, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just there. Yeah, that is that.
Oh wait, poison gives him disadvantage on attack rolls, doesn't it? So I should reroll. Well, I could
This
reroll to see if
one-
he still would
Yeah,
have hit.
yeah, yeah,
I might not one, but nope, it sucks.
yeah. No.
Oh
Yeah.
wait.
12 is exactly what you need.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really unlikely that you miss those with your drakes, I think. Yeah. So that's the dog's turn, and they're aggressive enough to stand their ground. Balmetria the second is going to charge up because you told him so. Um, the it's I guess it's gonna like lumber forward because flying at this size in the tunnel is gonna be too close. So it'll just be let's see.
I imagine with the way its
Can
neck
go
bends,
up
it's kind of like
to
serpentine, like I'm going back and
yes,
forth as
yes.
I'm going through.
That's how far you get. Kind of right to where Sherwin now is too.
Do I have an angle in that
It's
corner there?
it's gonna be a little bit like yeah, you probably do, but it's
They got cover.
yeah, it is
Okay.
pretty like it's a pretty good cover. It's 3/4 cover, but you can try.
Yeah.
Oh
Baby.
wow, yeah. I mean, yeah, that hits.
It's not very strong.
That is fine.
Ah,
You
this is working.
shoot your ray of frost at it. It actually hits the creature, and you could swear it's like it's looking at you like it's very scared because you're obviously like riding a big dragon. It's just like looking out around the corner at you like for a split second, but
I
that
think
looks
I was
scared.
born for this.
Definitely
Oh,
scared
yeah.
of you. Yeah, perfect. You want to do anything else?
No, that's all I had. I was just holding my action.
Nice. Yeah. Well, you could still like any short saying anything is fine. Sharon.
Yeah, Draconica. Eat them or breathe. What? I don't. What did you do?
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, you say exactly that. We'll see how that works. You get a very interesting look back at at this. What can you do? It's like
We just met. Don't give me side eye.
yeah, it's more like it's a very honest. Oh yeah, shit. What can I do? Kind of look. Like he starts to think about it. That's the kind of reaction you get from him. And with that, we go to
Honestly, that's
Sherwin.
probably how I would think of it too if I was the dragon.
I've never had to do things on my own.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
do I do?
Just tell me what I need to do.
Sherwin like looks back at this like dragon just like weaving his way up there and kind of scares him a little bit. So he's gonna tuck into this little alcove right here. Is this a pathway that I'm like going into,
There is,
or is it
yeah, it's a little pathway. Do you still have any source of light that is closed? We had a torch from Soren earlier.
Soren has a torch.
Yeah, Soren has a torch.
So I think that should reach in there. It's basically just a small room with another petrified statue in it.
Okay. I think I would just like back up into this little space and dodge as this dragon
Nice.
is wiling its way down.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Um, Solomon, you
Alright.
see a very hurt dog in front of you.
Yeah, I'd like to just do like a classic attack, just a really basic normal attack. I'd like to do a stone cold stunner on this dog right in front of me.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody knows exactly what that is.
Sure.
Just a run of the mill stone cold stunner followed
Just
by a people's
you know
elbow.
what, and that's what I
Look,
get.
If
What
the,
I
if
get.
the Liberty,
100%.
the Liberty
That's-
now crosses
Try
realities,
that.
so does the Stone Cold Stunner.
That's just the
That
kick.
does not beat a 12.
That's
That's-
crazy because you know what? I'm gonna do it again. I missed
Yeah.
it. I just get to do it again.
There's the
That does
stunner,
hit. That's
Yep.
It's the stunner.
the kick, and the stunner.
that's like
Yeah, I did the
twice
kick the first time.
Yeah.
I hit him in the stomach. I did it again, then I collapsed on the stunner. So I'll do that. And I'm also
Wow.
gonna use my bonus action to not
Mhm.
only stun the creature, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna start choking it out too, so he's grappled.
Ooh. Okay.
And I would like to say that we're both prone, because I did stun him. I gave him the
Well, the
fucking
thing is,
stun.
as all of this happens, you kind of like hold it, and you think it's stunned,
Uh-oh.
and then you kind of like take a second little, just a second to check, and that's very very unmoving.
Oh, I'm
So
still
yeah,
holding
5
it.
hit
I'm
points.
still prone. I'm still prone holding it.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
You're still like holding it, but you're holding it. Like, yeah, it's. I mean, yeah. There's nothing it's gonna do against it.
Oh my gosh.
I still have
Exactly 5 hit
I
points.
still have concentration on Sanctuary on Sherwin.
Yes.
That's the end of my turn.
Perfect.
Is
Okay. Yep.
is that the
Holding a dead doggy.
rear naked choke, Soren?
I think that's all for initiative for now.
What you think I'm holding too? Am I holding too tight? What are you talking about?
Oh no, Solomon's over there. I'm not sure. I think he's dead. Not Solomon,
holding
but
a bloody-
the dog.
Holding a bloody corpse. Just what? What? Who's saying what? Still
Oh, there's
choking it
nothing.
out.
None of them are. There's nothing left.
There's nothing left as far as you can tell for now.
Oh,
Like
I'm sorry.
You're like, you licked blood, and now it's just so quiet and kind of boring.
Oh,
But then
sorry,
there's a lot of
dragon.
more tunnel.
I mean, are you hungry? There's some like food, I guess, with here.
As you say,
I
so
don't
he
know.
does. Oh yes, oh yes. He kind of goes forward, just lumbering, just like walking a bit, like not quite as coordinated as it might technically be able to, and just dives right in. Just
oh,
gobbles, like it starts with the little bird thingies and then goes and takes all the other creatures. Just like
feels a little weird with me on your back doing this. Okay.
I don't. It's you want some? He kind of turns around and there's a little bit of one of the dogs just kind of hanging out of his maw.
No. Never.
Okay,
you,
and he
bud.
just kind of
Ew.
throws it up and bites into it with a nice little crunch.
Yep. You see, Squigs, this is called a stunner. Alright? So what you're gonna want to do is you gotta kick him in the tummy. And then you just gotta stun him right off your shoulder.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm trying to teach Squigs the Stone Cold Stunner.
Mhm.
And I'm just like standing over there with squigs on my shoulder, be like, "That's the fake one."
God damn it. Yep. Yep.
Squigs also does take the like the poison thing. So roll just because roll a d10. Just Esther roll a d10 and then we'll see.
Hold on. Can I roll an insight really quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
See, perfect.
Sweet.
You
Okay.
wanted to roll low on this. Yeah. What you want to know? You'll know anything.
If he looks sick, I'm gonna do something.
Okay. He does indeed look like he has been poisoned. There's a little like a bite wound that looks like
Don't
on the
do it.
screen. Little Drake looks
Don't do it.
very much like it's.
You rolled really
that
good
was
on
some-
insight. You could also probably tell that's not the real Squigs.
Well, you also told him just now. He definitely knows that that copy Squigs is poisoned. There's like this characteristic kind of ring pattern around that one wound, and it's not a nice like it's a weird brown color around it. It's yeah, very obvious with a 22 inside. He also just looks a bit down.
He's sick. I can
Yeah.
fix him. All right, guys,
can
and my
fix him
hands,
too.
my
Watch
big,
this.
my big hands start
And
glowing.
he just disappears.
Yeah.
Uh,
His hit point maximum would have been reduced by a full 1 point of hit points. So, you know.
Is there anybody else?
He's only got like 4 hit points left anyways.
Yeah.
Like he's really I was just gonna dispel him and then resummon another one anyways.
My hands
Yep.
stop glowing. I just go, well, if we fight these things again, I think I know how to like stop it.
Well, that's good. We could use it on one of us.
Did anybody else think he was gonna?
come out of nowhere.
Anybody else think he was gonna suck the poison out?
I was 90 to 100% sure he was gonna suck the poison out, and then I saw his hands start glowing, and I was confused, so I just decided to dismiss it.
I'm on a dragon.
My lips start glowing.
Yeah.
My lips start glowing.
Oh, I didn't know I could do it
Just,
this
like,
way.
You know, out of the blue.
Oh shit, someone's on the fucking dragon.
Lay on lips.
Lay on.
Dude, my wife's gonna be so pissed at you, dude. She's gonna be so mad.
Just lay them lips on her.
Him again, but I'm the flying one this time.
Yeah. Okay. So there's now another Quiggs appearing, this one flapping his little wings. And you know, there's now like one dragon that's too big to fly in this corridor, and one small one that can actually fly in this corridor, and another one. So all the dragons you could want. What's your
Yeah, we are really
plan
living up to the name
from
right
here?
now.
Yeah, you are. What would you like to do? You still have an enlarged dragon for, you know, technically a little bit. Because this did not
Well,
take the whole minute.
No.
does
Trying to
the
find
glowing
the
shield
place.
reveal this room in here?
It would. I'll definitely just give you these rooms. That's fine. And yeah, you also probably see a little bit more of this little hallway back there, but you know, it's a hallway. Or, you know, cavern, something. Yeah, that's all you see. I think that's pretty much all that gets revealed.
Come on, dragon. Let's go the other direction and see if we can
Yeah,
find.
I'm gonna grab my rope, stealth again.
Okay.
Do I still have the little pen thing? Do you have to hold concentration on that?
The pen from
His
Thorn?
yeah, Soren's pen.
I don't think that's concentration.
No,
Is it?
no, it's just yeah. I just can summon and dismiss it like a familiar kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I just like pull it out, like I just like stuck it behind my ear. No, I have cat ears. So that doesn't work. I just stuck it in like my little coat pocket real quick, and then now that I'm about like take it back out after I like, wrap my rope back up, then like look at everybody and then just draw an arrow on the ground, stealth, and then go the way up the hall.
Just take off. All right, perfect. I mean, the dragon is totally gonna do what like is going to use being big like that and lumber forward, kind of following pretty close actually this time, I guess. So
come on, guys, we're going.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go up to the
exactly.
room and be like, Sherwin, we're going. Do you want me to like carry you? Do you want to walk?
Oh,
What do you
well,
want to do?
I mean, I think I could manage to walk. But if there's any sort of like climbing or descending or anything like that, maybe some help would be. I'm just so tired.
All right. Well, you know, always a helping hand. So I'll move up, chasing the group.
Is Soren still
Okay.
riding that dragon?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
Yeah, you like yeah, you're probably like just really enjoying yourself, and the dragon is too. Like both of you are just really happy right now. um, I guess because you don't want them like the minute to go to waste, you'll probably be pretty fast. So let me just get those areas revealed because I think you'll just kind of barge through at this point.
Yeah, I'm peeking, going, peeking, going.
We're going
Yeah.
full gallop.
He's a peeker.
You did also see, I'll just reveal all the things that you definitely saw when you peeked through. There's like a corridor there. You do see this. And you probably would look around the corner and see a little bit more of this room.
What?
Say about this
Okay.
much.
I'm sorry. What?
Pardon?
Oh.
All right,
Excuse
same
me, what?
plan.
So you talked about the servers, right? They're a bit bigger.
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I see
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get into this part of this very much definitely like layered brick kind of corridor here, and it widens out into a room where there was a bloodbath. You see, I think from your perspective, you would definitely see three of those dog creatures eating away at an actual Cerberus, like a three-headed, huge dog-like creature.
Okay, I would
As I think,
draw on the
Yeah.
ground, the
Yeah.
arrow forward, and then weird dogs underneath it. And I'm gonna try and
Okay.
sneak around the side of the room and like get into a position where I'm behind them. So
Okay.
when the dragon comes in,
Okay.
I'll initiate attack after. They're
Okay,
like, "What the
gotcha.
fuck is that?" Like as soon as somebody
Yeah.
else pops their head through the door, I'm gonna shoot my first shot.
Okay. Um, yeah, let's do that as like the last order of the day then. We have Esther trying to sneak kind of to the side somewhere to be hidden and, so roll a stealth check to see how that works.
I rolled a 20 stealth.
Wow, yeah, okay, so no problem there. That definitely is absolutely good enough.
I mean, what are you
Um,
gonna do?
I mean, they're kind of just like they would probably be able to spot you if they weren't busy eating, I guess, because they're really not looking right now in your direction.
I'm sorry, I let
It's
that
also
slip as
pretty
a
dark in
DM.
there. You then have Soren. That you still have like 30 seconds left of, big dragon to ride. Um, you just gotta charge up the corridor behind Esther.
You just got BDE, big dragon energy.
That's exactly what's going on. We're full force.
Yeah. All right. So you will get to the like pretty much the entrance of this big room where I would guess Esther would have drawn his arrow by the time you have another let's just call it another 5 rounds of big dragon. So that'll be easier to count next time then.
I don't know where I would get to on the side here, but I want to be like off into this
I'll
left
give
corner
you
somewhere.
because you do have dark vision. I'll just give you more. It's an interesting map anyway. So, and you have like 60 feet. So
Yeah.
I do love the
know.
idea of Megan the Stallion being a bard, being like big dragon energy, and just pumping that shit up. I mean,
That's wild.
pretty much.
that's pretty
see a
good,
lot of
guys. That's pretty good.
So yeah, you can just kind of use any of the crevices there, I guess. There's also a little bit of a ledge, kind of just where you're standing now, and you can like it goes down a little bit into like the first parts of broken floor, pretty much. So you can use either that or any of the corners there to hide. Yep, and I guess Big Dragon charging in, and the other one's kind of following in the back.
Hell yeah.
So let's say Dragon is about here, and I'll give you.
Do me and Sherwin get to move up?
You do get to move up. You can move up as close to the dragon as you want. You can't overtake the dragon, I think, because someone is gonna just make a charge.
Yeah, I mean, if I can charge, I can double. So, yeah, I'd just be right behind. Sherwood's my captain.
Yep. All right. How far?
Sorry.
Like, how far does Sherwin want to go? Like,
not as close to that dragon as everybody else.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that looks like a good kind of placement then. I'll make a note that you have 5 rounds of Big Dragon left. And let's roll initiative next time, because we'll not roll it right away, because the next thing that happens is the stealthy shot of, I guess, one of the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that'll happen first. Yep. Okay.
Heck-a-doodle-doo.
You found the second part of this little cave.
A lot happened.
A lot happened. If you're just tuning
really
in,
like,
run it back.
It's weird how those creatures
watch it again.
That could, petrify someone for a certain amount of time and stuff, just never hit. Just never.
I identify with that.
Thank y'all for watching.
For you.
So much.
But also,
it's this thing. It's just like, yeah. And then the one time that one of the dogs hits anything, it's the one creature that really doesn't care about it at all, because it's like a summoned thing.
Yeah, I was just like, oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah. But good job so far.
Thank you everybody for hanging out and watching. If you missed the Nat one, you got to run that back. You guys have a great night. We'll catch y'all next time.